Next up, we have a performer. Can I hear a whoop whoop? And again, a whoop whoop. Okay, we're kind of getting there, we're getting there. So, it is an amazing poet called Surfing Sofas. There we go. I am now going to jump off stage and he will jump on. However, please do use the hashtag and let us know how you are finding today. It is Impact Forum 2022. Thank you.
1, 2. Hey, I got a mic. How's everybody doing? Me too. And I'm ill. And I never slept last night. Matter of fact, the only sleep I've had is the nap I had yesterday afternoon. So I might leave after this. I'm very tired. I want to say thank you for having me, Centre for Homelessness Impact. And am I too close to the speaker? All right. Has anybody ever heard me recite any poetry before? Hands up? No? Yes? Nice. I might disappoint you guys today because it's not my usual kind of stuff, but we're going to get into it. First poem that I'm going to do, actually no, we're going to start, I know it's about homelessness, but I want to talk about something called barbed wire. You know what barbed wire is? All right, let's go. Barbed wire. It's been wrapped around us. The more we try to escape from it, the more we get hurt. Some manage to escape quickly. Others have been stuck in it for decades. There's some, like myself, who have given up on the dream of escaping this nightmare. I've seen it make people's mental health deteriorate, and large numbers of people have died in these bindings. Maybe I'll become an extra digit in the barbed wire death statistics. Hold on. Have I been saying barbed wire all along? My apologies, because what I meant to say was homelessness. Thank you. All right, my time is short, so I really kind of want to rally through these, and I want to try and squeeze a little story time on the end as well. This next poem I'm about to read is called Forward to Equality. Words from an estate agent. If they're Afro-Caribbean, they won't be allowed to come and view the premises because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of their time. It's a waste of our time. Words from a second estate agent. My manager told me not to rent properties to people from Romania or Poland because they will strip the metal from the premises and sell it. Words from a third estate agent. 99% of my landlords don't want Afro-Caribbean or any troublesome people. Now, there will likely be victims of violent assaults because someone who could have helped them denied them support. Some people who are hidden homeless in the sofa surfers world, like myself, are likely to get a razor blade and go and hurt themselves. Poor temporary accommodation will push some people to lose their mind till they may begin to think the only way to peace is suicide, while others who are fleeing from domestic abuse will seek a safe place to live, but all they'll get is refused. Lost and lonely in the deliriums of hopelessness, then they have the cheek to label us as people experiencing homelessness when it feels like we're shackled and bound in the situation by the stereotypical chains of housing discrimination. Now, these biased chains bind our fates, and at times, this big disgrace violates the Race Relations Act of 1968. You would think getting a home is a piece of cake. but it's not, because of how the gatekeepers keep the gate, from local authorities to housing associations, and from the landlords to the agents of real estate, from legal duties that are being neglected to people in need who are being rejected. Now, if we're not aiming to prevent homelessness for all, then are we even aiming to prevent homelessness at all? Because when you go through homelessness, the span of your life is short. So we need urgent action in providing the right support with no discrimination and maximum inclusion. Because how can we tackle homelessness if some are still denied support? Now, I'm not an expert like you guys, okay? But I think that what we ought to do is have barriers broken down and obstacles removed, because this will really start to bring about the change we need. With collaboration and adapting, I'm very sure we may succeed. So let's really work to strive for better. Remove the letdowns from the picture. Let's make sure there's no one else who gets left out of the picture. And I hope I could be sure that what we want to see is more ways that we can move forward to equality. Thank you. Okay, this one is called Band-Aids and Bandages. And before we get into it, actually, let's play a game. Guys want to play a quick game? Let me get my PS5. I'm joking. I don't even have a PS5. Okay, the game we're going to play, I want you guys to try and finish what I say, okay? Here we go. When people are homeless, we should give them... Who said homes? Hands up for homes. You guys are winning. All right. When people are helpless, we should give them... I said this the wrong way round. Let's start this game again. Okay, here we go. When people are hopeless, we should give them... You guys are winning. When people are helpless, we should give them... And when people are homeless, we should give them... Well, it seems so. Well, I used to give them socks, gloves, woolly hats. I used to run an outreach project. Scarves, tents, and sleeping bags. Handshakes, hugs, pats on backs, food and drinks, treats and snacks. See, I used to distribute these things. The sad thing was, and sad thing is, I was putting Band-Aids on wounds that needed bandages. Still, that was all I had to give. But I bet if I had homes to give, I would do what Finland did and strongly tackle homelessness. In 2021, there were 29,000 empty homes in London, unoccupied for more than 6 months apiece. During winter of that same year, 2,900 people found themselves sleeping on London streets. Now, I'm not the best at mathematics, but if you divide 29,000 empty homes by 2,900 people, 10 homes per person is what that roughly equals. The Everyone In scheme showed me that we can begin to tackle homelessness by providing places where people can live and not just kicking them back on the street, but providing them support, lifting them back on their feet. We still have so much to learn and discover, and I'm sure that there's a lot that we can learn from each other by showcasing what works as we strive to do better. And we can win this fight if we keep fighting together. Thank you. Last one. This one's called Morphing Time, as in time for change, metamorphosis. Anyway, you'll get the picture. Matter of fact, before I go into this one, I want to tell a quick story. So Sally, she offered to be a test audience for the poems I'm sharing today. Before this, I planned to record and send them to the CHI guys for reviewing and that. So I rushed to record and email the poems over. Sally replied with the kindest and humbling feedback, said they were great. So I decided to press the MP3 that I sent her, didn't I? So I got to the last poem, the one I'm about to perform next. And at the end of the poem, like after the last words, I could still hear my voice saying stuff. So I was a bit confused. I'm like, the poem's ended. Why am I still talking? Then I realized it was a blooper that was meant to be muted. And the blooper, I made an announcement where I let the world know that I needed to pass wind, but I used the F word for passing wind. And I never knew this was in the recording. And basically it went something like this. I need to pass wind, the other word. And then I literally passed wind, and you could hear it in the recording if you listen carefully. It's so embarrassing. I just thought I'd share it with you lot. And then, so I passed wind, and then I was like, there it goes, like wishing it on its way. And then I said, pardon me. But anyway, let's get to the poem. Oh yeah, I want to apologize to Sally for that. I'm sorry you had to hear my vulgarities. But yes, back to the poem. It's called Morphing Time, and it goes something like this. As a child, I watched a TV show called The Power Rangers. Anybody watch Power Rangers? Yes. You might like this one. A group of super friends who would face the foulest dangers. Sometimes they'd be stuck fighting enemies alone. And, it seemed to be difficult for them to do this on their own. But when they worked together, they spawned a true connection. They combined their weapons into one to form a super weapon. I like the Power Rangers. Them dudes are really cool. They'd combine their vehicles to make a super vehicle, a super driving force, a force to be reckoned with. I'd say they were the best of their time. Not better than the Turtles, but they were the best of their time. And some would forcefully second this. Now to me, you're Power Rangers. Power Rangers of the homeless sector. Except you're separated, but like train wheels, you should roll together. Because you're the Power Rangers, the homeless sector's heroes. Your special weapons are your skills, experience, and knowledge. Your enemies are the issues that come with homelessness. And you could beat these enemies. I'm serious. You got this. My friend said, your network is kind of like your net worth. Them words danced in my mind until they made my head hurt. Now, Aristotle said, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, meaning together we're stronger than we individually are. Now, I believe if you was to work together for the greater good, in the ways you could, it would work out for the better and the greater good. If you worked together, you could work on lots as well. And what better place to start than Birmingham, the workshop of the world? Some of the old ways are good, and some not that great. So let's ditch the ways that are obsolete and leave them all behind. It's time to innovate, do what's right to bring a change. Or as the Power Rangers used to say, it's morphing time. Thank you, guys.